Hello, everybody. Yeah, so I have a different video up today. This guy, I don't know how old he is, but he sounds like a vegan. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. I don't even know if the little preview things he has in here even are even copyright. I don't know. But anyway, here we go.
Not getting enough protein is the number one fear Americans have about their diets.
Hold on, let me just... Sorry about that, guys.
Not getting enough protein is the number one fear Americans have about their diets, according to new research. And protein is the number one characteristic American consumers use to define a healthy food.
Now it's funny because he talks about protein bars and supplements. Now, okay, the protein bars and supplements I could see being a problem. But he is talking about protein in general, and then he has to throw JFK in there? Is it RFK. JFK. RFK, he has to throw him in there. But you know he's talking about real protein, right? And it's true. I mean, the elderly really need protein. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? And humans, we have essential amino acids that we need, right? Essential amino acids that we need. How do we get them if we don't eat protein? I'm gonna get to where I pretty much stopped. And then I might listen to more of it later and see if I can touch on a little more.
We don't eat enough protein, and there's science to prove this, and eating enough
Yes, there is science to prove it, actually. We should be eating fat also. Excuse me.
protein will change your life and change the game.
We basically tell people aim for 1 gram per pound, which would be...
And why is that a problem? You haven't said why. Like, how is that alone a problem? Do you know how many carbs we're told to eat in comparison?
2.2 grams per kilo.
There's tremendous...
I'm not saying that to him, though, the person that was in that little preview. I was saying that to the main guy here.
amount of emerging science that talks about the need for more protein in our diet.
And for some reason, he had to throw him in there. What? You don't like his voice, do you? Well, that's not your problem, is it? That's not even his fault. That's not his fault. So don't even with that crap. Oh, but he's just stupid. He's right.
America is definitely obsessed with protein, but here's the thing. While we lead the world in...
Here's the thing. While you talk like you literally have no inner workings in your brain. You sound half AI.
In science and tech, health is not our claim to fame. For example, this chart of obesity trends in countries similar to ours is not a good look for America. The good news is some countries like France and Spain are clearly showing it's possible to bend the obesity curve downward.
But do you know what we're using for protein? I don't mean we as in the keto carnivore people. I mean some keto carnivore people do. It's so stupid. You know what lots of people are using? Powders, potions, stuff that's, I don't know, made up. It's not real. It's not real protein. But do you know what keto carnivore people use? Meat, eggs, dairy, Fish. And you know what we're not? Especially if we really weren't to begin with? Obese. Look at me, I was never obese, and I'm not obese now. I just don't have a way of filming myself and the video. I don't have a way of doing that. OBS is way too taxing on my system, so I can't use that. I don't even have a webcam because this is a desktop. Plus, people would be like, why do you need a webcam? You can't see it.
Curiously, both the US and Australia are
I can do another film of myself on my iPad or something, sitting in front of the camera if you want, to show you. But me in my previous videos is what I look like now, so. I know vegans will try to AI me and really enhance stuff, make things look worse than they are. But yeah.
protein obsessed, although Oz is far less so. But it's not really a thing in Spain or France. For example,
But you know what we're all also shoving into our gullets? Carbs. Tons and tons. Carbs make up the majority of our diet, and they're not even an essential macronutrient. So shut up.
according to the market research reports I read, the market size for protein
Oh, reports you read, huh? Reports you read. Okay.
bars and supplements in the US is $10 billion, where it's just $0.1 billion in Spain. France and Spain famously bent their obesity curves downward by teaching nutrition in schools. I made an episode about Japan.
They teach nutrition. Not the right kind of nutrition, but they teach it. What do you mean teaching nutrition in school? Of course they do.
Japan's program, but nutrition education in schools is not a thing in America.
It is, but it's altered to fit a narrative.
This is what they teach children to eat in Spain. It's the Mediterranean diet where half
A Mediterranean diet, by the way, has fish. Fish, chicken, maybe pork, and lamb and beef if their country has it. More than likely they'd probably have to import it. They have lamb, they have goat, they have... Yeah. That's what their diets mostly consist of. In fact, this Mediterranean diet you talk of promotes carbs, 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 and like what? 2 gimpy little ounces of protein.
the plate is fruit and vegetables. The Nordic countries and Japan put a cap on protein in their dietary guidelines. They recommend
A cap. You can't do that. Nobody can do that. And I bet you Dave Mack from No Carb Life goes over that cap every single day. And you know what? I bet you he's the healthiest out of everybody he works with. Or worked with. I don't know if he has a new job or not. I haven't been watching him lately because it's all interviews. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm done.
an upper limit on children's consumption at 15% of calories.
How horrendous. Children need protein. Their bones are doing something that adults' bones don't. Their muscles are doing things that adults' muscles don't. Guess what that is? Growing. Naturally growing. Hello?
And 20% for adults. The thing is, everything in public health is multifactorial.
Listen to how slow you are. This is why I haven't sped up. You need to hear this.
There's the healthcare system, there's the culture.
And 20%. How many carbs in comparison to protein are they having? I guarantee you it's no 20%. I bet you it's way higher than 20%.
There's the financial income, etc. Public health scientists often score those factors according to their impact. Some people believe the highest scoring factor for American obesity is our love of processed food.
It is! Idiot! It is! That's not even up for debate. My mom lost weight eating just fruits, vegetables, and meat. She cut grains. She cut, like, most seeds. I think she does eat some kinds of seeds. She cut bread, gluten in particular, and is just sticking to meat, fruits, and veg. She's obviously not obese. Obviously. So, this is how stupid this guy is. I don't even think I want to go on anymore. Some people think it's a love. It is. It's not even up for debate. Do you know how many carbs are in that? Do you know how much protein there is? None. Or very, very little. Egg white. What is that going to do? It's carbs, idiot. And vegetable seed oils. Toxic car oil that goes into your... I can't believe this, though. I described vegetable oil as car oil one time to somebody who would rather eat margarine than butter. And she's like, well, I'm going to eat my car oil. She wasn't even offended by it. I was shocked. She hates butter for some reason. How does anyone hate butter? She hates butter and fat on meat, and she hates all of it. And then somebody else on that same chat I was in was on my side being like, yeah, that's a lie. We've been fed this lie for you. I'm like, how do you know about that? I don't know anybody else who knows about that. Except maybe my mom. How do you know? I don't know anybody. I never knew anyone else personally who knew that lie. Wow. Okay. My mom still believes the lie that there's sugar, but then there's natural sugar. I don't know why. I don't know why she still believes that. I guess because she lost weight. But here's the thing. The only thing that's keeping you from absorbing that sugar is fiber. But I'm going to tell you, fructose gets processed through the liver. I'm not going to get into the science. I don't care. Once they start blabbering on about the science of it, I tap out. I'm done. I'm like, I don't care about the ETP blah, broken down this and TPO and blah, 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 blah. Do not care one bit about any of it. I just care about the simple explanations. I do not care about that crazy science behind it all. Anyways, guys, that's it for this. I will see you in the next one, and I'm sorry about the beginning. Yeah. I had it a bit too high, the voice. Sorry about that. Anyways, later, guys. Carbs!